right. This is the second Minion. This is part 2. Let me kick my shoes off and get my feet on my very comfortable memory foam rug down here. And get comfortable. Always get comfortable when you draw. Number 1 rule, be comfortable. You don't want to be uncomfortable because it can actually hurt your wrist if you're drawing uncomfortably. So, let's get into this one. This guy, I had to look it up, and his name is Tim, I believe. Now, this is our short one, Stuart. I don't know, he's the middle one, Stuart. The short one, I don't know his name. I hope somebody can tell me or I can figure it out. We're going to more freehand this one than the other one. I am going to use a few things for it, but we're going to go ahead and try to get him drawn out quickly. Let me see if this is the one I used. I think it was that one maybe. Okay. So I'm going to actually go ahead and draw him all the way up here at the top. Let me put him about right here. Yeah, about right here, I think. Now, this one, as I was saying, he's much taller than the other two, and actually, I tell you what, I'm going to do this slightly different. Because I want to have, let's see here, I gotta mark it. Alright, I'm going to have right here. So, I'm going to go ahead and mark another area. Okay. I'll tell you what. No, I can put it back where I had it. With it up here, that's fine. You'll see what I'm doing. I'm going to slightly move it down just a little bit, though. There we go. All right, let's get back into that one then. Again, probably about right here, I think, is where I want it. So I'm just going to throw that right there. Now, again, the same idea as with the first one. A pill shape, except for this guy is actually skinnier than the others, and he is more of a bean shape. And he's like a dual beans shape. And what I mean by that is he's going to, his lines, instead of coming down perfectly straight, like so, his lines are actually going to curve. And before I do this, though, I want to look at this and say, right here is probably going to be the middle. About right here. So, I think that with him, let me check really quickly. Yeah. Okay, with him, the middle is slightly, it's going to be about the bottom of his mouth, probably. So I'm just going to mark this as the middle, though. And I'm going to mark right here as my center point, kind of. There we go. So, that looks, from the way I'm setting, I don't know about the way you're setting, but to me that looks about the right proportions. Now, as he has this, what we're going to do is put his little straps coming down. And I'm actually going to pull these in to this center line and make a triangle. Okay. Now I'm going to come back up here and come across and make the bib. And I want to start just adding in details from that. At that point, all I have to do is come in with my eraser, and I can erase out certain areas that I don't need. Now, we're going to go ahead and erase out where his arms are somewhat going to come out. And I know how I want his arms to be, so I'm not going to do too much different. But we're going to actually come down slightly on the outside. Okay. We're going to make his legs almost exactly the same as the other guys. So their bottoms are basically going to be almost equal. I'm just going to round it with my pencil right here. And when I come back into ink, I will try to do this again. You don't always have things looking exactly the same. So I'm going to go ahead and say with him, his feet are slightly different. So what I'm going to do, now this is going to look a little bit weird, but what I'm going to do is come down about 3/4 of the way, angle it in, and then sort of draw a humps right there. I'm going to come all the way across and try to get that same shape on the other side. Now I want to come back here and do that. So what that has allowed me to do is draw one shape and then split it into two legs. So from here, we're going to just come out a straight line and curve it on the end. We're going to bring it back here and have it like that. Same thing over here, straight line and curve it down, bring it back here and back. Okay, now we definitely want to have that done like that. So his feet, instead of being straight forward, his heels are facing in. He's sort of standing with his heels almost together. Now, he has two eyes, and he has a top knot or alfalfa hair. So his alfalfa hair, we're going to do one straight up. Okay, and that's all we're doing. We're coming down. We can fix anything that we mess up on with the eraser. And then we can come back when we ink it and get it to be better. But it really looks like his hair actually comes up to about right here on the bottom on either side. So now on this paper that I'm using, I actually don't want to erase all that much before inking, because then the ink will not take too well. So let me scroll up really quick and see if I can find the same guy. I know the image I was looking at, he has no mouth. So, what we're going to do is we're going to come up right here. Now, this is this middle line. We're going to come up slightly from that middle line, about, I'm going to say the same distance that the overhauls are. So, about right there. And we're just going to draw a simple smile. Just an upside down half circle. Okay. Well, the bottom half of a circle. Let's just put it that way. So, again, they have no nose. This one's eyes are actually more up top, and they are very weird in the fact that they don't separate in the middle. They actually have basically, like right here, they meet and it's one piece on their goggles. So I've got to find something. Let's find the one. Let's see, his goggle is about twice the size of the other one. So if that is his goggle, then let's make this one his goggles. Okay. So that's going to be the inside of his goggles, and I'm going to just try to keep the same distance all the way around the outside and follow that contour of that other circle. And I'm going to get it right here. And again, on this side. And again, what I'm saying, follow the distance. You want to keep the same distance on the outside all the way around. And that's your guide to how big it should be. Now this one can come out slightly more, and that's fine. Okay, now, from what I have seen with this one, it looks like his eyes are just two little black dots, almost. They're brown, and they do have a little dot in the middle. So, now his eyes, though, okay, I do not like this one over here. I'm going to erase it. I'm going to try to find a circle template that's that size. Okay. Okay. Now, we're going to go back with let's get the smallest one we can get and just fill it in. Okay. Now that is his upper half. So let's come right here. And this time we're going to actually draw this really close to the edge. One. And we're going to put one right here. Okay. And we're actually going to put one right here on both of these as well. Now, same thing down here. Start at the bottom. Put your little lump. And then so now he's got the little lumps on around his goggles, and we're going to curve the straps right on up and slightly bring them out. Curve the straps right on up, and again slightly bring them out. Alright, so he has a much longer space in between his eyes and his mouth. If you're going to draw his mouth open, then put the top of his mouth about where the top two lines are, and that's going to be about the right spacing. So the top of his mouth would be here, and the bottom of it would be about here, no matter how his mouth is, if it's like this or whatever. So I'm going to lightly sketch in the sides to where he's more, I think it's concave is the proper term for that. Now, we're going to construct arms that are a little bit different. Something I didn't see on the other one that I've done, but I definitely see on this one, is that he has pockets. And they just sort of come down like this and then go right like that on both sides, right from this. So, just like that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put his little thumb right there, and we're going to put his fingers right here. And we're actually going to pull his glove up slightly. Now, just like that, we're going to construct it. So let's try that on the other side too. Okay. We want to have, let's see, let's put his fingers right here. That means his thumb will sort of be coming out right here. Now I'm going to try to get this to look about the same size. So I think that should do. Again, there we go. And I believe that is almost all of him besides this. This one, we're going to put the pocket, but we're not going to add the G on it, because apparently they didn't work for this guy always, and they didn't have the G until afterwards. So, let me erase this and move it down. Okay, so this is where the line is for this. So I want it to be about right here. Actually, I'll tell you what. No, let's put it back where it was, and then let's just pull it down. Okay. I was misjudging the way that it looked because of the pockets that I put in. Okay. There we go. Now, he is constructed, and it is time to ink. So, I am going to choose, again, the 03. And, actually, I tell you what, I'm going to choose the 01. Excuse me. The 01. And let's go ahead and ink him. Now, for the top of his head, I used this one, and I kind of want to try to keep that same thing. So I'm just going to go in and throw that in there. Now, I don't know which one I used for his eyes. I think may have been this one. I think it was this one. I just want to try to get these as close to circles as I can. Okay, now the rest of him, again, I'm just going to freehand with the pen. And if you notice, I'm doing it on the outside, and I'm bringing it in. Now, I'm not going to connect these in the middle here. They're going to be connected, but not completely. I'm not going to draw a line down between them, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay. And if you make any mistakes, it's very easy to just go back over and thicken a line and make it look like it's not a mistake. It's shading. Happy little shadings. Because, as Bob Ross always said, there are no mistakes except for happy little mistakes. So, don't get discouraged and say, I can't do this. Because it takes practice. All right. There we go. Now, straight up. All right, that's how we're going to draw his hair. We're not going to do anything else to it. And his mouth. Okay. Now, you can freehand this if you want all day long. I'm going to show you a nifty little tool I have. This is a bendable ruler. And I am going to bend it into the shape I want. And draw right down the side with it. And bend it into the shape I want. Okay. We're going to put the plus sign on here as well. Just to add texture, basically, we're going to throw that in there like that. With him, I'm just going to connect it across sort of like so. Now, I definitely want this to be connected like this. Okay. So the way his arms are, his gloves are going to be coming up and over to give shape. And we're going to just pop in his arms just like so. And don't worry if it looks like one is going back further than the other or something like that. Because the way he's standing, it could be that he has one going back further this way, and this one's actually more outward. And so you don't have to worry, say, oh, I messed up. No, it's fine. You can just go in and you can make him look different on each side, which gives him more character. And to me, I like that. So we're going to pop in right here really quick with these pockets. Okay. Now, his thumbs are actually in those pockets. And his little fingers are not. Okay. And all we have to finish now is down here on the bottom. So I'm going to come right here on each side. And I'm going to come across here. I'm going to come slightly in above those on each side. And now, where I'm angling this up, I'm going to come back out like so. So it gives the illusion that there is something there below it and there's folds above it. Okay. I want to get the back of his heels down a little bit further than where I had them. And there we go. Now, let's pull out the brush pen and let's fill in his feet. The beauty of filling in some areas darker than others is that you can make things bigger if you need to. And looking at him now, what I'm going to do is come back with this pen and I'm actually going to connect these. just slightly connect them. I'm sorry if you can hear this tablet's fan. It gets really loud sometimes, and I'm not sure why. So I'm going to make his gloves black as well. Now, you cannot see like his individual fingers this way too good, but unless you're going to be doing it in colored pencil, if it's a really dark area, I prefer this. You don't have to do this. So, let's see here. I think he is done. Oops, no he's not. Can you see what's missing? I can. 1, 2 little areas. 2 little bitty lines. And now I believe he is complete. Okay. Now, one thing I'm going to do, I have a Prismacolor Pit Artist Pen White, and he is going to have there we go. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go back and do something with both of them that I didn't do before, and that is I'm going to fill in this. I'm trying not to get my hand on him. There we go. Oops. While I am over here on this other guy really quick, I'm going to bring that right there. It didn't look like it was there. I don't know if it erased out or what happened. But, speaking of erasing, we can now come right in, which I didn't show this in the other video, but let your ink dry. Okay, and then you just come over the parts that need erasing. There's no reason to worry about a whole lot with it this way. You come right in here, once your ink is dry especially, and you can just erase. And then you have a much better looking piece of art. There we go. He's got a little bit right here. Let's get around the goggles a little bit. I'm just barely doing anything with this one, so there we go. And again, I believe his name is Tim, so there you go. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later. The next one will be the really short one over here, and I gotta find out his name before we do this, so I'll see you then. Oh hey, thank you for watching my videos. I hope you've enjoyed them. Check out the description for more information and links. Check over here for recommended videos, and I will see you later.